This is a short piece of advice and practical knowledge. This is my individual experience, so it doesn't have to resonate with a lot of people. A lot of people will hate this. But in my opinion, men shouldn't heavily work with female deities, and women shouldn't heavily work with male deities. What do I mean by that? Men shouldn't almost exclusively work with female deities, and women shouldn't almost exclusively work with male deities. There is a lot of people who almost exclusively work with the deities of opposite gender to their own. It has many disadvantages. It fucks up your chemistry, it fucks up your hormones, and it makes you confused regarding your gender, so it's not a good thing. Reason why it's not a good thing is essentially this. You need to cultivate the energy of your own gender in order to have healthy physiology. You see, if you work a lot with female deities, as a man for example, it fucks up your hormones and your perception of the world. It drops your testosterone levels and makes you more feminine, which in turn makes you less capable of solving challenges in real life. I am not saying that men shouldn't work with female deities. What I am saying is that men shouldn't exclusively work with female deities. So there should at least be a balance of two genders. Or if you want to work with only one gender, then it's better to work with your biological gender. So it's better for men to work exclusively with men deities and for women to work exclusively with female deities, if they want to work exclusively with one gender. If they want to work with the opposite gender, then they need to balance it with their own gender. So let's say I want to work with Kali as a male. In order to avoid weird consequences of working with Kali, I have to work with Shiva equally. But it's much better for me if I want to work with only one gender to work with men with energy of my biological gender. So if I want to choose a deity to dedicate to, Shiva exclusively is much better than Kali exclusively. That's simply my personal experience. And that is something which my spirit guides have been telling me for a long time. That I have been damaging myself heavily by exclusively dedicating to female spirits and deities, and after multiple warning signs from entities, they literally told me to essentially do the following: either balance the genders out or work exclusively with male deities, because to you as a male, to work exclusively with female deities is not beneficial. It fucks up your physiology, and they literally forced me to either balance the genders out or work exclusively with male spirits. I personally observe in my spiritual endeavor that there is indeed such a thing as gender to the spirits. The gender of the spirits is not the same as biological gender of humans, but it's a fact that when we observe the energy of Rudra, for example, it's mostly masculine, while when we observe energy of Parvati, for example, it's mostly feminine. It doesn't mean that to energy of Parvati you don't have some masculine attributes. and to energy of Rudra you don't have some feminine attributes, but certain energies work better for certain genders and they essentially have a gender in a way. I know that many of those things are controversial and a lot of people will disagree, and there is decent probability that I am wrong, but this is what I was told, that for me as a male to work exclusively with female spirits will fuck up my physiology. So I either need to balance the genders or work exclusively with male spirits. Talk to you soon.